The European Central Bank is set to unveil new stimulus measures. EU economies have been reeling from the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic, with millions of people in lockdown and those markets in quite a bit of turmoil. For the latest, Lucy Hoff joins us from Brussels. Lucy, US President Donald Trump has newly announced this travel ban on Europe. How is that going to impact the EU economy?
Well, we're already seeing the impact on the markets. Trading was down this morning by over 5% as the shock of that bombshell decision by the President Trump overnight, particularly the travel and leisure sectors hit hard. Losses there of 9%, particularly the aviation industry is expecting to be hit hard by this, that was already in turmoil after the coronavirus has teared its way through Europe. Certainly some smaller airlines are already on the brink of collapse. This is likely to compound that situation for businesses here in Europe as well. A huge economic impact. This is a ban that will be in place for 30 days, which is clearly a long time for European businesses that are already in trouble here. The Eurozone predicted now to be falling into a deep recession with measures in place. We've had some fiscal stimulus from the EU this week, but clearly this is a worrying situation.
The stimulus measures, Lucy, to be announced by the European Central Bank today, will they be sufficient to help the businesses impacted by the virus?
Well, some analysts saying that monetary policy at this point may not be enough to mitigate the damage. Clearly, with so much disruption to the supply chains from China and India, but also globally with people just not going out to restaurants. In some parts of the EU, they are banned altogether, with those lockdown measures increased in Italy in the last few hours. So the ECB is expected to follow the Bank of England in cutting interest rates yet further and making it easier for banks to lend to small and medium-sized businesses. But interest rates are already at record lows here. We're at 0.5%. We are expected to see those reduced yet further to 0.6%. But that may not be enough to give the markets here and the economy the stimulus that it needs to deal with the broad and deep economic damage from the coronavirus. And of course, these travel restrictions from President Trump and the US will add further pressure. And as I say, the aviation industry expecting to be hit particularly hard.
Thanks for that. Lucy Hoff speaking to us from Brussels.